Are you trying to boost your vocabulary for a big test? I know it can feel like a huge challenge, but you are definitely not alone. In this explainer, we're going to tackle 25 important words together. We're going to make them super easy to understand and, most importantly, to remember. So, are you ready? Let's jump right in. Our big goal today is to really get a handle on 25 new words, and you'll notice a lot of them start with the letter F. By the time we're done here, you'll not only understand what they mean, but you'll feel confident using them. Let's get started. First up, we're going to look at words that describe people. You know, how they behave, their little quirks. These are incredibly useful words whether you're talking about a character in a book or just people you know in real life. Okay, have you ever been in a situation where someone says or does something that just makes everyone feel, well, a little weird and uncomfortable? That's being gauche. It means being socially clumsy. For example, it would be pretty gauche to loudly ask someone how much money they make at a dinner party. It's just awkward.
Now, let's talk about the complete opposite of being gauche. That would be having finesse. Finesse is all about handling things with amazing skill, cleverness, and style, especially when the situation is tricky. Think about a diplomat who calms down a huge argument with just the right words. That person has finesse.
Let's look at two more personality types. First, garrulous. We all know a garrulous person, right? It's that friend or family member who just loves to talk and talk and talk. They can chat for hours. And then we have frugal. A frugal person is really careful with their money. They're not cheap, just smart. Someone who's frugal might bring their lunch to work every single day to save a few dollars. Okay, a furtive action is something done secretly, almost like you're a spy trying not to get caught. Imagine a kid trying to sneak a cookie from the cookie jar. They'd probably give a furtive glance around the room first. Now, a foible is something totally different. It's a small, kind of funny weakness or a harmless little habit. Like, maybe your friend's foible is that they can't stop collecting rubber ducks. It's a quirk, not a serious problem. This one's pretty straightforward. Fraternal means like a brother or brotherly. You might hear about the fraternal bond between two best friends who have grown up together. It just describes that super close, loyal, brother-like relationship.
All right, let's be real for a second. Some words are just confusing. They might look the same or sound the same, and it's easy to mix them up. So in this next part, we're going to untangle some of these tricky F words and make them crystal clear. Let's start with a classic tricky pair, flaunt and flout. They sound so similar, but to flaunt something means to show it off, like you're really proud of it. If you get a new car, you might drive it around town to flaunt it. But to flout means to openly, shamelessly break a rule. If you park that new car in a no parking zone, you are flouting the law.
And hey, here's a fantastic little trick to remember the difference. Just think, flout sounds like out. You flout the rules to get out of following them. It's a simple little rhyme that can really save you on a test.
Next up, we have forbear. This word is all about patience and self-control. When you forbear, you're stopping yourself from doing something you really want to do. Let's say someone says something that makes you angry. If you take a deep breath and choose not to yell back, you are forbearing from starting a fight.
Now, forgo sounds a little similar, but it's more about making a choice to give something up. For instance, if you're trying to eat healthier, you might decide to forgo that piece of chocolate cake for dessert. It's an active decision you make to go without something you want.
So let's lock this in. Here's the key difference you absolutely need to remember. Forbear is about patience. You're holding back. Forgo is about choice. You're giving something up. Patience versus choice. Got it?
Let's move on to our next group of words. These are a little bit on the negative side, I have to admit. They're all about restraining, stopping, or sometimes completely failing at something.
So let's look at fetter and forsake. To fetter something literally means to chain it up, to restrict its freedom. But we also use it figuratively. You can be fettered by your own fears, which stop you from doing what you want. To forsake is much stronger. It means to completely abandon something or someone. A good captain would never forsake a sinking ship until all the passengers were safe.
When a boat takes on too much water and sinks to the bottom of the ocean, it founders. But we use this word for more than just boats. A business can founder if it loses all its money. A marriage can founder after years of problems. It means to fail completely, to collapse.
All right, we are on the home stretch. This is our final group of words. It's kind of a mixed bag. We've got words about feelings, luck, and some other really useful ideas. Let's finish this strong.
Let's knock out 3 F words about feelings and values. Felicity is just a beautiful word for pure, great happiness. Fervor is that intense, passionate feeling. Think of the fervor of sports fans during a huge game. And fidelity is about loyalty and faithfulness, like the fidelity between 2 lifelong friends.
Ever had one of those days that was just frenetic? It's when everything is happening at once. You're running around, your phone is buzzing, you're late for everything. It's fast, energetic, and totally chaotic. That's a frenetic pace.
Here's a fantastic pair of total opposites. Fecund means productive or fertile. A fecund field grows tons of crops. A fecund imagination comes up with lots of creative ideas. On the other hand, futile means completely useless and hopeless. Trying to argue with a brick wall is a futile effort. It will get you nowhere. A flagrant mistake isn't a small one you can hide. Oh no, it's a huge, shockingly obvious error. If a soccer player commits a foul right in front of the referee, that is a flagrant violation of the rules. It's so bad you just can't ignore it.
3 more to go. Fortuitous means something happened by a lucky chance. Bumping into an old friend in a different country? That's fortuitous. To foment means to stir up trouble on purpose. And figurative is what we use when we're not being literal. If you say you have a ton of homework, you're speaking figuratively.
This one is a science term, and it's pretty easy. The fauna of a place just means all the animals that live there. You might talk about the fauna of the Amazon rainforest, which would include monkeys, jaguars, and parrots. It's the animal kingdom of a region.
And just like that, you've got 25 new words in your toolkit. But listen, the absolute best way to make these words stick is to start using them. So here's my challenge to you. Think about your day. Was any part of it frenetic? Did you notice something flagrant? Or did something wonderfully fortuitous happen? Try to use just one of these new words today. That's how you'll truly make them your own.